Hello everyone. Before we delve into today's episode, I know many of you use these videos to help you sleep. I want to express my gratitude to everyone who supports us by liking and sharing our content. Please take a moment to say hello and leave a comment, letting us know where in the world you're tuning in from. Your engagement is truly appreciated and contributes to making this channel stand out. If you're new to our channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. And now, take a moment to relax, turn off the lights, and let's get started. Leaving behind the cacophony of Brooklyn streets for the serene embrace of Tennessee's rolling hills marked a pivotal chapter in our family's journey. With whispers of tranquility and promises of a simpler existence, we packed our lives into the confines of our car, embarking on a voyage that would lead us towards the unknown. The sun cast its warm embrace as we set off on our odyssey from New York to Gatlinburg, our hearts brimming with anticipation and trepidation. Each passing mile brought us closer to our destination as the towering skyscrapers gave way to sweeping vistas of lush greenery and distant horizons. As twilight descended upon the landscape, painting the sky with hues of orange and gold, we found ourselves navigating the winding roads of the countryside under the gentle glow of the moon. The air hummed with the promise of adventure, tinged with a hint of apprehension at the prospect of what lay ahead. It was amidst this tranquil backdrop that our journey took an unexpected turn, plunging us into a chilling tale that would forever alter the course of our lives. Somewhere in the depths of the night, as the world slumbered and the stars danced in the heavens, our car came to a gradual halt. Confusion mingled with concern as we peered into the darkness, searching for the source of our interruption. It was then that we spotted her, a lone figure lying motionless in the middle of the deserted road. Clad in darkness, her form seemed almost ethereal against the backdrop of the night. With a sense of foreboding gnawing at our insides, we approached cautiously, unsure of what awaited us. As my father, his footsteps heavy with trepidation, drew closer to the prone figure, a wave of unease washed over us. Her features, contorted and twisted in agony, spoke of a pain that transcended the boundaries of mortal understanding. Her eyes, wide with terror, seemed to bore into our very souls, begging for release from the torment that held her captive. In that moment, time seemed to stand still as we grappled with the enormity of what lay before us. It was a scene straight from the depths of our darkest nightmares, a silent scream echoing through the night, a testament to the horrors that lurked in the shadows. With a sense of urgency born of instinct, my father sprang into action, his military training guiding his every move. With practiced precision, he examined the woman's prone form, searching for any sign of life amidst the stillness of the night. But what he found was beyond comprehension. A twisted visage, marred by unspeakable horrors, stared back at him from the darkness. Her limbs, contorted and broken, bore witness to the brutality of her fate, a silent testament to the malevolence that lurked in the depths of the night. With a heavy heart and a sense of dread weighing heavily upon us, we retreated to the safety of our car, the memory of that haunting encounter etched into the very fabric of our beings. In the days that followed, we sought answers amidst the chaos of uncertainty, grappling with the enigma of the blue star that had marked our path. But the truth remained elusive, slipping through our fingers like grains of sand, leaving us to ponder the mysteries of the universe and the darkness that dwelled within. Months turned into years, yet the memory of that fateful night continued to haunt us, a specter that lingered in the recesses of our minds. And though life carried on and the world moved forward, we remained tethered to the memory of that chilling encounter, forever changed by the trails of the blue star that had led us into the heart of darkness. It was just another night for me, Alex, an Uber driver. I had been working for hours, picking up passengers and dropping them off at their destinations. The night seemed ordinary at first, but as it wore on, things took a dark turn that I could never have anticipated. I picked up a passenger, a young woman who appeared nervous and jittery. She requested to be taken to a remote location on the outskirts of town. At the time, I didn't think much of it. After all, as a driver, I had learned to expect all kinds of requests. Little did I know that this ride would be unlike any other. As we drove deeper into the countryside, the woman's behavior grew increasingly erratic. She seemed to be on edge, her anxiety palpable. Then, suddenly, without warning, she lunged at me, her eyes filled with madness. She clawed at my face, desperately trying to drag me out of the driver's seat. It was a terrifying struggle for control. As we swerved down the dark road, I managed to catch a glimpse of the woman's face in the rearview mirror. What I saw chilled me to the bone. Her eyes were pitch black, devoid of any humanity, and her once normal skin twisted and deformed. It was in that moment that a horrifying realization struck me. I had unknowingly picked up a demon, a creature not of this world. The demon laughed, its sinister voice echoing through the car. It made chilling promises to claim my soul and drag me down to hell. I fought back with everything I had, but the demon's strength was far beyond anything I could comprehend. I felt powerless against its malevolent force. As we careened down the road, panic and desperation flooding through me, I spotted a glimmer of hope, a church up ahead. In my mind, I believed that seeking refuge within its sacred walls might save me from the clutches of the demon. But it was too late. The demon seized the wheel, sending the car hurtling off the road and crashing into a deep ditch. Darkness consumed me, and I knew, deep down, that my fate was sealed. When I woke up, I found myself lying in a hospital bed, my body battered and broken. The demon was gone, but its haunting laughter lingered in my mind, a constant reminder of the terror I had endured. I realized I had been incredibly fortunate to survive, but the experience had left an indelible mark on my soul. The ride from hell had changed me, leaving me haunted by the memory of the demon and the horrors of that fateful night. As I continued to drive my Uber car through the city streets, I couldn't shake the feeling that the demon was still out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next victim. The encounter had forever altered my perception of the world, reminding me that darkness can exist even in the most ordinary of places. The night was a shroud draped over the countryside, swallowing everything in its inky embrace. The only sign of life was the lone pair of headlights slicing through the darkness, cutting a path through the desolate stretch of highway that wound its way through the heart of nowhere. I was behind the wheel, my grip tight on the steering wheel as I navigated the winding road, the rhythmic hum of the engine the only sound to break the silence. Each passing mile seemed to stretch on forever, the monotony of the journey broken only by the occasional flicker of a road sign or the distant silhouette of a tree. But as the hours wore on and the darkness deepened, a sense of unease settled over me like a heavy cloak. It was the kind of feeling that crawled under your skin, the sense that something was not quite right, that danger lurked just beyond the reach of your headlights. And then, like a bolt from the blue, she appeared, a lone figure standing at the side of the road, her form silhouetted against the darkness. My heart skipped a beat as I approached, uncertainty gnawing at the edges of my mind. She was young, her figure hunched and twisted, her face hidden beneath a tangle of dark hair. A sense of foreboding washed over me as I slowed to a stop, the car idling as I stared out into the night, searching for some sign of life in the desolate landscape. I should have driven on, should have left her to the mercy of the night. But something compelled me to stay, to confront the horror that stood before me. With a trembling hand, I reached for the door handle, my pulse pounding in my ears as I prepared to offer her a ride. As she drew nearer, a chill wind swept through the car, carrying with it the stench of decay. My breath caught in my throat as I caught a glimpse of her face, a grotesque mask of pain and anguish, eyes hollow and empty. Fear gripped me then, a primal terror that threatened to consume me whole. But still, I could not tear my eyes away from her, could not bring myself to look away from the horror that stood before me. And then, with a sudden burst of movement, she lunged forward, her icy fingers closing around my throat. I gasped for air, my vision swimming as darkness closed in around me. Panic surged through me as I fought against her grasp, my mind racing with thoughts of escape. But it was futile. In the end, I was no match for the darkness that surrounded me, no match for the horror that lurked in the depths of the night. And as the world faded into oblivion, I knew that I would never escape the haunting memory of that fateful encounter on the highway. When I awoke, the first light of dawn was filtering through the trees, casting long shadows across the deserted road. My head throbbed with pain as I struggled to sit up, my body aching from the ordeal of the night before. But as I glanced around, searching for some sign of the horror that had haunted me, I found nothing. The road stretched out before me, empty and silent, as if the events of the night had been nothing more than a dream. And yet, I could not shake the feeling that something was still out there, lurking just beyond the edge of my vision. A chill ran down my spine as I climbed back into the car, the engine roaring to life beneath me. As I pulled back onto the highway, the memory of the encounter burned bright in my mind, a reminder of the darkness that lurked in the depths of the night. And though I tried to push it aside, to focus on the road ahead, I knew that I would never truly escape the horror of that fateful night on the highway.